Greece is primarily popular because of its beautiful islands, which make up about 20% of the country's area. However, the continental part of the country is also undoubtedly worth attention. What direction should you head to when planning a holiday in Greece? Although the islands are the most popular destination of Greece, the mainland also has many attractions to offer. First of all, the capital, but also Thessaloniki or Chalkidiki, should be visited to walk the streets that take you back to antiquity. The city of Athens is a combination of antiquity and modernism. Cozy cafes and modern art create a typical big city atmosphere, while rustic taverns and the shadow of the Acropolis tell a different story. Anyone who wants to discover the remnants of Greek history should visit the capital. The most popular and interesting monuments of the city include not only the Acropolis, but also the ancient theater of Dionysus and a large market which consists of several halls. Thessaloniki, the second largest city in Greece, is no less important than Athens in historical terms. The city is a perfect place for intensive sightseeing and discovering culinary flavors. The most famous monuments include the Church of Hagia Sophia, which is located in the very center of the city. The symbol of the city, that is the white tower rising in the port, should not be missed too. You don't have to take notes. We have included all the practical info in the description below the video. That's where you can also find links with accommodation, tickets to attractions, and tips on how to pay abroad, so as not to overpay on currency conversions. The Chalkidiki Peninsula in northern Greece consists of 3 fingers. Each of them has something different to offer. Cassandra is famous for its beautiful sandy beaches, while Sithonia offers plenty of quiet places and beautiful turquoise waters. In contrast, there is a bit more sightseeing in Athos, as there are numerous monasteries that hide many secrets. There are more than 3,000 islands in Greece, and it is one of the most insular countries in the world. More than 80% of the islands in the Mediterranean Sea belong to Greece. The most famous archipelagos are the Cyclades, Ionian and Aegean Islands, and Crete. The Cyclades is an archipelago of islands in Greece divided into western, eastern, central, and southern part. The islands of the eastern and central Cyclades, where Mykonos, Paros, and Naxos are located, and Santorini and the southern Cyclades are the most important for tourism. If you are looking for a place to party, Mykonos is a perfect spot on the map of Greece. The Aegean island does not only offer typical Greek atmosphere, but also attractive party opportunities. There are also beautiful beaches where you can relax. The island is dominated by houses with white facades and blue shutters. Santorini is mainly associated with the most famous postcard motifs from Greece. Blue and white houses are the symbol of Santorini. The city offers stunning beaches, unique architecture, and wonderful views. Numerous excavation sites, such as Althyra and Acropolis, are also worth visiting. What is more, in Santorini, you can take up various sports activities, such as water skiing, jet skiing, or snorkeling. The fact that Greece not only has rocky beaches is proven by the island of Paros. There are some of the most beautiful sandy beaches in the country, which is why Paros is a perfect place for a seaside holiday. Sightseeing enthusiasts can also visit 3 largest towns on the island. That is Perikea, Naousa, and Lefkada, with numerous monasteries, churches, and temples. Paros has retained its authentic Greek charm, which is especially felt when walking through small fishing villages. The green heart of the island, Lefkada, proves that Greece is also a wonder of nature. Naxos is still one of Greece's greatest mysteries. Wonderful sandy beaches, diverse scenery, and picturesque old town are a perfect complex package for your dream vacation. Rent a car and discover golden beaches such as Plaka Beach. On Naxos, you can naturally practice various water sports, such as surfing and diving. Every ABBA fan must have heard of Skopelos. It was popularized during the recording of a film about this band, but fortunately, there are not as many tourists as it might seem. Numerous Byzantine churches and a Venetian castle add to Skopelos' romantic character. The Sporades are an archipelago of islands in the northern Aegean Sea. They include over 300 islands, but only a few of them located in the north are important for tourism. These are Skiathos, Skyros, and Olympia, and 4 islands in the south, Samos, Kos, Rhodes, and Carpathos. Skiathos offers almost everything you can expect from a holiday in Greece. Most beautiful beaches such as the famous Lalaria Beach, interesting monuments and natural landscapes for active recreation. These factors in combination with a small number of tourists make it a perfect destination for holidays with children and for people who want to relax and rest in beautiful circumstances. The island of Kos is just a stone's throw from the Turkish port city of Bodrum and has everything that tourists expect. The ancient history of the island allows you to follow in the footsteps of Hippocrates. It is also worth taking a trip to the island's capital and stroll through winding and beautiful streets. Naratsia Fortress, which offers magnificent view of the sea, is definitely a must-see. Another dream island in Greece is Samos. The island is just a few kilometers from Turkey. It is a perfect place for active vacationers. Crystal clear water and white sand guarantee wonderful and unforgettable moments. Fans of Greek mythology and philosophy can wander here in the footsteps of Hera, the wife of the gods and Pythagoras. Rhodes means beautiful beaches, good food, and the city included on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The island, primarily known thanks to the seventh wonder of the world, that is, the Colossus of Rhodes, encourages you to explore, sunbathe, and taste local dishes. For a day trip, it is worth going to the old town and the capital of the island. It is a great place to learn about the history of the island and discover historic buildings. The Ionian Islands, as the name suggests, are located in the Ionian Sea and stretch along the western coast of Greece. They are one of the most popular holiday destinations. Corfu is one of the most popular Greek islands. With its numerous attractions, olive and citrus trees, it is considered one of the greenest islands. Even Empress Sissi liked it so much that she arranged a holiday residence and built the Achillean castle here. A trip to Paleokastritsa and the monastery of the same name is highly recommended. Kefalonia is one of the less-known tourist islands of the Ionian Sea, although its beaches are among the most beautiful in Greece. It is worth paying attention and visiting 3 spots. These are Myrtos Beach, the historic city of Argostoli, and the underwater lake in the Mylenai Cave, which can only be accessed through a tunnel by boat. The roof of the Mylenai Cave was destroyed in the earthquake, and the daylight that penetrates from above creates a unique mix of colors. Lefkada is considered a Greek jewel. The island offers blue waters, white sand, and picturesque coves. The capital of the island is a beautiful city that must be seen. The architecture of the 17th and 18th centuries reflected in the temples and churches particularly exciting here. The picturesque scenery is also provided by numerous windmills and fishing villages with their romantic fishermen's cottages scattered throughout the island. You can feel like in a fairy tale. Crete is not only the largest Greek island, but also the name of the region. Thanks to the Salauritis mountain ranges and the Samaria Gorge, it offers unique natural monuments, as well as countless dream beaches for a family holiday. In addition to the main island of Crete, the region includes 16 other islands, which, however, are not of such tourist significance as the main one. Crete is definitely one of the most popular islands. Beautiful beaches, wonderful scenery of the city, and delicious Greek food are a perfect combination for an unforgettable journey. You can take a walk to the old port of Chania, lie under palm trees on the famous beach in Prevoli, or visit the palace of Naxos. Pink, sandy beach of Elafonisi, located on the west coast of the island, or the Balos Lagoon. A nature reserve once visited by Prince Charles and Lady Diana are definitely a must-see. For people who like hiking, the Sporades mountain ranges and the Samaria Gorge are recommended. Greece is not only sun, beach, and sea, but also fascinating monuments. It is the cradle of democracy and the center of antiquity. Here you can admire the history dating back thousands of years. The most magnificent monument of this country is undoubtedly the Acropolis in Athens. Greek islands, such as Rhodes and Crete, are where the most important monuments of this country are located. What do you have to see? The Acropolis is undoubtedly one of the most renowned monuments in the entire Greece, and it is the oldest UNESCO World Heritage Site, together with the Temple of Apollo. In fact, the name Acropolis is often used as a synonym for the largest ancient structure towering over Athens. However, this is only partially correct. Acropolis means the upper city and covers the entire city fortress, which consists of several buildings. The Acropolis was built at a height of 156 meters between 467 and 406 BCE. The central point of the Acropolis is the Parthenon. The Temple of Zeus is located just a half of a kilometer from the Acropolis. From the Parthenon, you can already see the columns of Olympia rising to a height of 17 meters. The erection of the temple dates back to the 6th century BCE. At least that's what the oldest remains found indicate. Admission is already included in the price of the Acropolis. It is therefore worth visiting both Greek monuments at one time. In ancient times, the Agora functioned as a market where trade and social contacts were maintained. This is a unique place not only because of its age, but it was here that the world's first democratic referendum was held. There are 30 ancient buildings in the Athens Agora, including the Theater of Dionysus. The Colossus of Rhodes is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It took 12 years to build this great bronze statue. According to a legend, it depicts the god Helios standing above the entrance to the port of Rhodes. What the Colossus of Rhodes actually looked like and was built of can only be reconstructed today on the basis of ancient works of art because, unfortunately, the statue no longer exists. It was destroyed in an earthquake in 227 BC. Only 66 years after its completion. Today in the port of Rhodes, there are 2 columns symbolizing the Colossus. Anyone who wants to experience a bit of culture on the island of Rhodes should visit the Palace of Grand Masters. Built in the 14th century, the building was erected as the residence of St. John's Order. Massive red limestone wall, rich exterior facade with an impressive main portal, and refined mosaic floor inside the palace are truly worth seeing. In addition, from the top level there is a wonderful view of the city. The palace also houses the National Archaeological Museum, and the rest of the building is used as a museum with temporary exhibitions. The Oracle of Delphi is definitely one of the most mystical monuments of Greece. The Oracle became the scene of ancient Greek tragedies, and today is an integral part of Greek mythology. Legend has it that the Oracle could foretell the future. Many people, mostly desperate, were looking for answers to various questions. Moreover, there is a unique view of the Corinth Canal from there. Olympia, located in the western part of the Greek Peloponnese Peninsula, as the name suggests, is the beginning of probably the greatest modern sports competition. In the years from 776 BC to 393 BC, the first ancient games were held here. On their basis, modern Olympic Games were resumed in 1894. Unlike today, the Olympic Games were organized primarily for religious rather than sporting reasons. This event was intended to honor, among others, the father of the gods, Zeus. Therefore, among the ruins, there are the temples of Olympia and Crete. One of the first Olympic disciplines was running. The length of the stadium was assumed to be about 192 meters. Those who often think of Greece have white windmills rising in the sky in front of their eyes. Pointed straw roofs should also be added to this. They have particularly become a symbol on the island of Mykonos. 5 out of 10 windmills standing on the west coast of the island near the capital have remained undamaged. The best view on them stretches from a boat from Paros, Syros, or Mykonos to Naxos. An interesting attraction in Greece is Plaka in Athens, which is a modern equivalent of the Acropolis. In this district of the capital, there are numerous stores, restaurants, taverns, bars, souvenir shops, and cafes. Behind the old facades of tenement houses, partly from the ancient era, the modern life of the capital is bustling today. The Corinth Canal is one of the most beautiful sights in Greece. It runs between mainland Greece and the Peloponnese Peninsula. It was originally established to shorten the sea route between the Gulf of Corinth and the Saronic Gulf and to avoid the dangerous bypass around Cape Malea. Its construction took 12 years. Today, the canal, which is almost 6.5 kilometers long, is mainly used by cruise ships and tourist boats. Greek cuisine is famous for its seafood, delicious fresh fish, as well as various kinds of cheese and olives. Since almost 80% of the country is covered by mountains, intensive cattle farming practiced in Europe and elsewhere is not possible. For this reason, sheep and goat meat, as well as feta cheese, are eaten here. In addition, numerous cliffs provide optimal conditions for wine growing. Typical dishes include tzatziki, dalmadakia or vine leaves stuffed with rice, calamari and vegetables fried in olive oil such as eggplants, zucchini, and pepper. Soups and stews deserve a lot of attention. You should try chortasupa, or vegetable soup. Fasolada, Greek bean soup, which is also the national dish, and fakes, lentil stew. When it comes to main courses, special attention should be paid to gimista, vegetables stuffed with rice, moussaka, casserole with potatoes, minced meat, and eggplant, and bifkidi, pancakes made of minced beef. You must not forget about ouzo, an anis-flavored vodka, which is a regional drink. If you're already planning your trip, you can find accommodation and tickets to attractions on the spot in the links under the video description. You can also order a card for cheap payments abroad the same way. Press the bell and subscribe to our channel if you want to receive notifications about new episodes. Have a nice trip.